Hello, my friends, and welcome to Shakespeare's Coffee Break, your weekly show, which might go back to becoming a daily show soon. Who knows? I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. I think next week we're going to do every day. That's a weird way to start off the show, but welcome to Shakespeare's Coffee Break, your show, hosted by me, your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare. And I am on my coffee break. Let us have a nice noisy slurp right now. Oh, that is fantastic. That is some good internet audio. Oh, my goodness gracious. Friends, we are going to have a wonderful time here today. My dear friend Paolo Garbanzo is coming back onto the show for about the 5,000th time. He is a perennial guest, and it's going to be absolutely wonderful. And we're going to be talking about last night's Nat 21 Adventures, the show we do together where we play Dungeons and Dragons, and just nerding out all over the place, talking about Harry Potter, maybe. Who knows what else is going to come up. We are certainly going to be talking about our upcoming projects. Jimothy is watching, and he says, "Give me all that coffee." Ah, Jimothy, we will. And because all I want to do is drink coffee and pet my cat. And I hope you do too. So stick around. We're going to have some fun. Paolo's going to be here in a few minutes. And before that, I think we should just talk about what's coming up, because there are so many fun things that are coming up right here on this channel starting tonight. I mean, we're going to be doing tonight the Tempest, a 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. Yes, this is the show being done by my social distancing players. That is the online theater company that I began when the Corona apocalypse happened, and we are here together for our 8th show, our 7th original. The reason it's 8 shows total and 7 originals is this is the 7th one of mine that is adapted from my Renaissance Festival shows. The 8th show was The Importance of Being Earnest that we did in August with the Zenith Players. So it's going to be a very good time. You can still actually be in the show. What you can do is go to www.igg.me/at/Tempest 3-hour tour. And I'm putting the link right now into the comments, and it's coming up on your screens right now. There it is. Ah, my goodness. You can go and support the actors who are in the show, professional performers from the Renaissance Festival world, and also patrons like yourselves. There is one role still available, the last I checked, which was 8 minutes ago. Let me double check that right now. It is loading, so this is very good entertainment right now for all of you. Shakespeare is checking his messages. Nope. That role is still available. It is the role of the Fool. And if you're wondering who is the Fool in the Tempest, well, I have 2 roles, the Idiot and the Fool. The Idiot is basically Trinculo, and the Fool is Stephano. And they are very Gilligan and the Skipper-like. So if you would like to take part, go over to igg.me /at/Tempest 3-hour tour right there. The link's right there. Go in and click on that and join us tonight. You can also, while you're there, just get other fun goodies. Let's say you just want to join the cast for the after party. That means you will also get to watch the show about 30 seconds in advance on Facebook and YouTube. That's only $10. And then for $30, you can get a signed copy of the performance script. I'll be printing those off tomorrow, I actually believe. I'm signing them and mailing them all out. And then for $100, you can get all of that, plus also a personalized sonnet. And speaking of personalized sonnets, you can do that because I'm getting better at putting all of my links into the show up at the top. Oh, goodness gracious, I did something stupid on my computer. Oh, there we go. Ha ha! Hooray! You're like, Shakespeare, why don't you hire an engineer? And it's just like, because internet, I don't have that much money. So you can buy me a cup of coffee going to coffee.com/Shakespeare, since this is Shakespeare's Coffee Break. And for $7, I will send you a digital copy of my album, Are You There, God? It's Me, Shakespeare. For $5, I'll send you a digital edition of Julius Caesar, Beware the Ides of March of the Penguins, my comic book. And for $20, I will write you a sonnet, your own personalized sonnet. For $30, I'll mail it off to you. But go do that. Go do the things. And then also, while you feel like giving me money, also go become a Patreon of the arts. Go become my patron. I just hit number 50, and that's very exciting. Go to patreon.com/Shakespeare. That's patreon.com/Shakespeare. Become a Patreon of the arts. We have 2 levels. We have groundlings and we have the gallery. And there's some wonderful benefits over there for you if you were to do that. But more exciting news. And you're like, what? Yes, indeed. Because we're going to be doing the Tempest tonight at 7:05 p.m. Watch it right here on Facebook, facebook.com/Shakespeare Approves, and youtube.com/Shakespeare Approves. But then in 2 weeks, on the 23rd, we're going to be doing the Shakespeareans. Oh my God. Oh, my dear sweet baby Yoda. The Shakespeareans is Romeo and Juliet, the Flying Implement of Doom edition. We're going to perform it as close as we can to how we do it at Renaissance festivals, which means it's not a cast of players. It is me and it is you. So we're going back to the original version of the one-man audience interactive improvisational Shakespeare show that stars you in it. So you'll laugh and you'll cry and you'll watch your friends die. So join me for that. Tickets going on sale actually right now. And I'll put the link up for that into the comments on the show notes as well. So join me for the Shakespeareans on September 23rd, 7:05 p.m. And we're going to have a very good time. Hopefully we'll be doing this once a month. And seats are limited. We're only having 50 seats available. 50 or 50 households, let's say. So it's only $10. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So come and do all of the fun things. But now that that's all talked about, what are you up to? What are you doing? Do you have any questions for me, your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare? Because I would love to answer your questions. I would love to talk to you about Star Trek or Harry Potter or whatever you're drinking. Jim said that he is not drinking coffee right now because his Keurig died. And Jim, you have my deepest sympathies. You really do. I'm running low on coffee right now. So I'm going to have to make a new order. Yes, to order the coffees that I like to drink. And someone just bought me a cup of coffee right now. So thank you. Let's see. Oh, goodness gracious. That was Susan. Susan just bought me a cup of coffee. Thank you so very much, Susan. I love you. Oh, my goodness gracious. You are my new favorite person in the world. That makes me happy. Thank you so very much, Susan, for buying me a cup of coffee. And to your very good health, Susan, I will take the final sip out of my cat cup. Noisy slurps are best for the internet. Yep. But we're going to be having a wonderful, wonderful, great good time. To answer Rachel's question, she says, how is Fluffy getting Milo? He's great. He turned 11 yesterday, and it's not every day your young man turns 11. It is... It actually only happens once. So, yeah, unless you have multiple children. And then it could be a lot of times. But he is doing well. We spoiled him rotten yesterday. Gave him his fish, which gives him runny poops. So he can't have fish every day. But he is napping in the lap of luxury right now. And by the lap of luxury, I mean off-screen life. As she conducts her therapy sessions, Fluffy Kitten Milo is often with her in her lap. And it's adorable. Jillian says she is drinking tea, but she's having coffee with me in spirit. Absolutely. Whatever your beverage is. It can be coffee. It can be a Coke. It can be water. Probably should be water. You can drink tea. I mean, I'm English after all. It's just I get away with not drinking tea because I'm pre-tea. I'm pre-tea. Go look it up. It's true. Absolutely, totally true. Susan has a wonderful question. And again, thank you for the cup of coffee, Susan. She says, Dumbledore is dead. Oh, that's sad. I mean, in the books, technically, I suppose it happens, yeah. It's canonical, but still sad. Rude. Bit rude. Dumbledore is dead. Which Star Trek captain takes over Hogwarts? Ooh, well, depends on which way you go. Do you want a thoughtful headmaster? Then I would say Jean-Luc Picard. Do you want a headmaster who will see the students for who they are, but also what they are truly capable of? maybe still Picard, but in that case, I would say Benjamin Sisko. Jim Kirk should probably never be allowed in charge of a school. I mean, look what happened in Star Trek 2. You got cadets killed. Janeway would be interesting. I think, though, she'd be a more interesting science teacher. So maybe she'd be a great potions master. Mistress? Madam? Potions professor. But yeah, I would say Picard or Sisko. And Archer? No. All right. Let's see. Jillian says, Harry Potter reference on point. Not that I expect any less from you. All right, thank you. Reverend Tommy, I'm going to miss you tonight, but friend of the show, and you are a delight in my heart, and you patronize 2 shows. I do. You patronize this one, and you also patronize Nat 21. So thank you, sir. He's actually surprisingly watching DS9 right now. I was just thinking of starting a rewatch because it's been 20 years since I've watched it. So I'm really looking forward to it. Rachel says Milo is a therapy cat, which makes sense, him sitting in off-screen White's lap as she is conducting therapy. And then Susan says, she is so pretty, oh so pretty. Well done. Rachel says Picard should be her English literature teacher. I would agree, surprising in as much that he's French. But, takes all types. So we're going to be having these wonderful discussions. These are just great conversations, I think, that we're having. And we're going to be talking more about Dungeons and Dragons specifically. I don't know where my brain went. We're going to be talking more about Dungeons and Dragons specifically in just a few minutes once Paolo gets here. He had to go, pick his kid up from school or some parental things. Susan is saying, do it. What are we doing? I have no idea. But in the meantime, I'm getting out the French press. We're going to have a nice cup of coffee here. Another one, because you can never have too much coffee. I mean, technically, yes, you can. And then you stay up all night, and you're like, why did I do that? Why do I hate myself such ways? But, you do you. You do you. So, having this. And we're also going to take this moment to pause for a word from our sponsor. Before Paolo gets in, that's what we're going to do. So, friends, remember that today's show is brought to you by the good people at Hill Storage and Rigging Company. And I'm going to beat Susan to the joke. No relation. So, Hill Storage and Rigging Company in Middletown, Pennsylvania. Enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing your equipment is in skilled and experienced hands with services from their machine movers and erectors in Middletown, Pennsylvania. Established in 1967, Hill Storage and Rigging Company is a family-owned and operated full-service millwright serving industries in the Mid-Atlantic states and beyond. They are a woman-owned small business. Their hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time, available Saturdays and Sundays by appointment only. You can find them at hillrigging.com and by calling 717-944-7676. Hill Rigging. No job too large or too small. And thank you so much, Hill Rigging, for being the sponsor here of Shakespeare's Coffee Break. If you would like to become a sponsor, you can just email me, shakespeare@shakespeareapproves.com. And also, while you're there, go like me on all the places. Go like facebook.com/Shakespeare's Coffee Break and facebook.com/Shakespeare Approves. Go like me on Twitter @Shakes Approves, Instagram Shakespeare.approves, and on YouTube, youtube.com/Shakespeare Approves. Also, please make sure you go and like my friends who I share resources with, the Zenith Players. Go find them on Facebook, facebook.com/Zenith Players and zenithplayers.com. And while you're there, go click on the very attractive donation button. Susan is saying that the thing I should go do is the DS9 rewatch. I think I will. First, I'm going to finish my Battlestar rewatch, which I'm doing weekly in conjunction with the Battlestar Galacticast. Wonderful podcast hosted by Mark Bernardin and Trisha Helfer. She plays number 6, the Cylon. And Susan also would like you to know, as I said at the top of the ad, no relation to Hill Storage and Rigging Company. Maria, one face and name I don't see on here very often. She says, enjoying a tasty coffee with amaretto crema. Ooh, that is good and fancy. The one I just finished off was Mocha Origins. It was their espresso roast. This is Pete's Coffee, the Major Dickinson roast. Ooh, so good. I do it as a French press, and because that's the way to do it, in my opinion. Yes, but we can nerd out. So send in your nerdy questions, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. I will be here, right here, until 4 o'clock. So we have lots of time to kill. We are here because we are friends and we love each other. And please do remember, go like me and all the things. I mean, just get out your phone right now. Like, what are you doing? You might be watching me on your phone. In that case, don't get out your phone right now. Stay where you are. Just make a mental note to go do a thing, or rewatch and then come back. But also go like me and all the things, and also go help support the cast of the Tempest, a 3-hour tour tonight. The minimum goal that I want to do with each of my social distancing player shows, and I'm treating this as my own infomercial right now because I don't have a guest on here, so why not? The minimum goal with each of the social distancing player shows is to get $100 per performer. And that might not seem a lot, but it means the world. It can mean part of a rent payment or a car payment, pay your internet, pay your heating or your water if you have to pay for water. It pays a bill. It buys you groceries for at least a week, hopefully, depending on where you live. All of the performers in the show are otherwise unemployed because theaters and Renaissance festivals largely have been shut down. And that is a good thing for us as a society in terms of staying safe and healthy. It's bad in terms of we have unemployment and our outlets for the arts are smaller, and we're all migrating right here, which is cool because now I get to talk to you directly. But please support the show if you can. Just go to this link I'm bringing back up on screen. It's already in the comments. Where'd it go? There it is. igg.me/@/Tempest 3-hour tour. For $10, you get a backstage pass to the show. For $30, a signed copy of the script, plus the backstage pass. For $50, I have one slot left, a role in the show. For $100, all of that availability permitting on the roll, and also a personalized sonnet. So go do those things. Go do. And I'm only taking my cut of that show. I'm not. If we raise $1,000, I'm not getting like $700 and giving the cast $300. I'm getting my cut of it, which would come out to I think $112 at that point. Reverend Tommy saying, if I like Starbucks coffee, he has a sealed bag. If I want it, message him and I'll expedite it to Pretty England. Oh my God. Yeah. What blend? I mean, I like Starbucks, period. But what blend? Is it Pike's Place? Pike's Place is my favorite. Followed by the French roast is also really good. And he says, DS9 is on Netflix right now. It's the first show he's watching of any Trek. You're starting with Deep Space Nine. That's really interesting. Wow. All right. Let me see what our second guest, or rather our second co-host today, has to say about that. I'm bringing on your friend and mine, Paolo Garbanzo! Every time I introduce you from now until the end of time, or at least until I get bored with it, I'm going to do...
You're gonna do Kermit arms. That's
every single time. Every single time. Now, friends, make sure you go and like and follow Paolo. You can follow him on Facebook and also on Twitch. But with the Twitch, that's where you can watch Nat 21 Adventures. And I'm putting all of that information into the comments right now. So facebook.com/Paolo Garbanzo, facebook.com/Nat21 Adventures, and and twitch.tv/Paolo Garbanzo. Go and do the things. Go follow him. This is the only way we judge our self-worth in life. Yes. Now, hold on real quick. Someone's at my door. It might be my cat. Let me see. It's not my
I had cat issues. I had cat issues during my show today as well. I have a rather lively cat that his name's Halloween Road Score. You can guess when and where we found him on the road on Halloween. So yeah. Oh, it's coming up. He'll be his third birthday. Look at that giant mambo jambo.
I know. It was his 11th birthday yesterday. No, you stay with me, and you love
Are
the
you
internet.
sure that's a cat and not a giant pumpkin?
Yes, because pumpkins aren't black and white.
Well, I mean, have you had a pumpkin for 11 years? I'll bet it gets moldy and...
No, and to be fair, he's only been with us for about just over 8 years. We got him right before his third birthday.
Hey, yeah. Reverend Tommy, I see you're here.
So Reverend Tommy's saying, so here we are, second time today, and then again from last night. I know, Paolo and I are forever only going to do shows with each other.
Right, but only remotely.
Yes,
together.
it is a contractual obligation.
If I see you that you're going to be at a fair, I'm going to just do a different fair. Forget it.
No. Or if we're at the same fair, we are then obligated to go onto each other's stages.
Right. Oh, but do it remotely. Like, I'll have somebody bring a phone up that's like... Shakespeare, someone wants to talk to you.
Who is it?
And look, wait, I bet if I can angle it right, I can actually... Look, it's you.
Oh my God, it is me. Ah! Oh, Paolo, there's someone here for you right now.
Who could it be? Oh my gosh. You know what? I talked to myself already. Wow, look, the colors of the color contrast, I look like a Mom and Sean's play.
This is grand. Oh, goodness gracious. Sally said it is Coop, cousin of Moop.
It's a Coop. Nice.
Reverend Tommy says he has seen you every day since Saturday this week.
That's true. He was at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair, which I was at.
Oh, so how is that for you?
Well, first of all, it's a little bizarre just to be performing in front of real people and not looking at myself while performing and performing to other people, but looking at like, oh, look, I know I'm making eyebrows. Haha, but you have to just feel the eyebrows, you can't guarantee it. And I have to say, I mean, this is the first time since the last festival I did was March. Oh,
really? You did one in March. Good for you.
Yeah. I was at Sherwood Forest Fair in Texas. And, it was like we did a weekend. We did another weekend. Things were getting weird. And there was the last weekend that we, like sprayed everything down with Lysol. And we were kind of getting the word that things were getting weird. And then we did the third weekend. And I have to say, we were just heading straight for one of the best seasons ever at that festival. Already we were breaking records and everything. And then it was just like, my heart honestly is with the fair owners, who are great people. And they must have been heart wrenching for them just sailing into what was going to be there. It was a year 11, best year, doing such a great job with that festival. And then to all of a sudden be like, I don't know. Yep. And they had so much food. They and I just want to give them another little shout out because they let everyone who needed to stay on site. They made sure everybody kind of spread out. They provided food. Okay. Like they had, and I mean, they were like, what else are they going to do with it? They had all this food for the fair, for 10,000 people. Right. So now you have 300 or 400 people or so. I'm not sure exactly how many. And where are they? A, where are they going to go? B, all of their money is gone. Right. Like their entire season shot out the window. And they were like, well, we have all these hamburgers and French fries, and what else are we going to do with it? Keep it in the freezer for a year? No, that's so they literally just fed everyone there, and that was amazing. And I don't know how many people know that happened, but in the performer community who were there, we know it happened. And shout out to Brian, George, and everybody else, Eric, who's all involved in that. So you guys rock.
Bravo. Yeah. Lots of festivals were in similar situations, if not having to actually closed down in the middle, but just things were looking to be a really good banner year for them. New Jersey Renaissance Fair was going to be season 11. Connecticut Renaissance Fair was looking to have a beautiful season. I mean, we'd be in the Connecticut season right now, the Connecticut and New York seasons.
Right.
And it's gorgeous weather we've been having. And it's like, you can't ask for better festival weather here in the Northeast. And it's sad. It's so sad.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And and so Pennsylvania, they are running at 25% of their total capacity.
Which is what?
I believe total capacity might be 16,000 is wow. That's like, wall to wall people. That's like the state will not allow you to have more people per square foot than that many, and they really would only get those numbers at the very end in October, when it's just that really great cold weather, great to wear all of your costume and your cloak and your hat and everything.
That's when summertime I'm so sorry. Summertime, you should not be allowed to have a Renaissance festival because we're dying. We are dying. We are dying. July and most of August should be verboten.
Yeah.
Hang out at the beach.
Don't get me wrong, all fair owners. I love you and want to work for you whenever you want me to work for them, basically.
Also, yeah. Give me the solo. All right. Yes, fair owners. I'm seconding that by Paolo. I am so happy for the work that you give me. Daniel Greenwolf, I'm looking right at you for hiring me every July. Kristen Mansour of the New York Renaissance Fair. I'm always happy to take the work. Thank you very much. And I'm really looking forward to 2021. Thank you.
Yeah, we're stuck-ups. Anyways.
No, we are self-preservationists.
Yeah. I do have to say, it's funny. My Ren Fair tour season used to be do Tennessee, and then I would go to Europe June, July, and August, where it's slightly cooler. Like, you know what it is? It's less humid. It's not that it's cooler. And August is, of course, blazingly hot. But the thing is,
you would, fact of reality. August is hot.
Yeah. But I would go to Italy and then street perform and swim in the ocean like every day. That's not me bragging, but it's like I didn't really have a job, but you can street perform in the summers in Italy, and let me just say I wasn't making a lot of money, but I was.
But you were living in Italy. My heart.
Yeah.
You know what? This is the world's smallest violin. All right,
I was breaking even, drinking a lot of wine, swimming in the ocean, hiking in the mountains, and eating really great food. It wasn't.
For everybody watching, by the way, if you're thinking they're not really talking about anything important right now, they're just kind of meandering. I just invited Paolo on today because I wanted to talk to my friend.
Yeah.
And Shakespeare's coffee break doesn't mean we're going to have a deep, meaningful conversation. No, who knows where this is going to go. We were saying on his show earlier today, Painting with Paolo. By the way, you should go watch Painting with Paolo Wednesdays, 12:30 Eastern time at facebook.com/Paolo Garbanzo. We were saying we started getting into a Harry Potter conversation, and then I had to leave because I had to go do a thing. But we might have that conversation. I don't know.
I'm still. I think Hufflepuffs are wearing red shirts on Star Trek. That is just my.
What other Hufflepuffs die? What other Hufflepuffs die other than Cedric Diggory, who was the first one who died?
Well, okay. Here's a big secret. I don't usually tell anyone this, but I'm not really hep to all the Harry Potter stuff.
Then you are not part of this conversation. I will beat you. I will find you. I will beat you. I'm not a Hufflepuff, but I will find a badger and I will throw it at you.
Okay, but here's the thing. I will also go back and, all right, while I say that Hufflepuffs pretty much wear red shirts on Star Trek, same thing. It's not that they die all the time. It is just that they are the expendable ones.
No,
okay.
Gryffindors The Gryffindors are the Expendables because the Gryffindors are the foolishly brave.
Yeah, but they're not expendable the way that a Hufflepuff is. Gryffindors die to advance the plot and like to do that heroic thing, to do the thing. Even though, yes, I know the part I do know about Harry Potter is that what's his face, the honey badger, chopped off the head of the Voldemort. But anyway, right?
No, he wasn't a honey badger. He was a Gryffindor.
Oh, well then whatever. All right, so maybe I don't know. Anyway,
maybe he should have been a honey badger. See what they should do.
But who was the
what they should do is change the name of Hufflepuff to Hufflepuffs Don't Give Up.
That's okay. That's where I was going with this whole thing, right? They're because their motto is "Let's make friends and eat cookies." All right.
Yes.
But and then the "I'll take the rest" thing. It's like, well, I guess I'll just take these leftover wizards and I'll just put them in my box.
She was being inclusive. She was inclusive.
Their animal's a honey badger. It should be Hufflepuff doesn't give a.
Yeah.
Hufflepuff crazy. Hufflepuff doesn't care. Hufflepuff nasty. That is their motto.
Maybe. Jillian says Tonks was a Hufflepuff. She died. Yes, in the final battle, arguably to advance the plot. She was fridged for Harry to grow as a person. All of his friends were fridged for him to grow as a person.
I just realized I don't actually have the access codes to command anything, but you have to put this one up here from Susan Hill. Come for the bard, stay for the tangents.
Yes. Yeah, it's a tangent. So where is it? Missing. There's a tag. Potter talk right there, already pre-made. I'm looking for 1 minute tangent. I had one that said #tangent drink, but
that's right. We were doing the 1 minute tangent things. Oh,
do you want to do 1 minute tangent right now?
What are we tangenting?
Oh, all right. Let's get audience suggestions for things that possibly we don't know about, but we can go off about.
Maybe we should have like a we'll take the things and then be like, who thinks I could rant for 20 seconds? And then be like, I could do a 30-second rant. I could do 40 seconds. I could do 50. I could do a minute. Do that rant. And then.
All right. So we are going to play 1 minute tangent. Yeah.
It's been a while since we did that. Oh,
it has been so long. I am looking forward to this. I'm getting out my stopwatch right now.
Wait.
Oh, this is going to be amazing. All right. So
is that the timer off or timer on?
Timer on. You can start with that, yeah. But
you've run out of time. Okay.
Yeah. So let's see.
Oh God, the new Dune movie.
All right, here we go. Jillian says thoughts on the new Dune movie, and then Susan says golf. What is up with that? Which one do you want? Guest choice.
Oh, I have a really great. It's a tangent of a tangent of a tangent about golf.
Oh, do it! All right. So Paolo Garbanzo, with suggestion by Susan, is going to do golf. What's up with that? 1 minute tangent of a tangent of a tangent, and go.
Okay, so interestingly enough, there's actually a stained glass window in the Gloucester Cathedral in England of people playing golf. It is one of the earliest depictions of anyone playing golf. They're pretty certain it's golf. Looks weird, but it's golf. 12th century. Here's the thing. That window is one of the few stained glass windows left over in the Gloucester Cathedral that the pilgrims, before they were pilgrims, because they were still in England, they smashed the actual cathedral because they didn't like stained glass. And they thought it was all wrong for Christianity. And that's why they got kicked out of England. They didn't leave England for religious freedoms. The Queen was like,
15 seconds.
So then here's the amazing thing. Not only did they go and leave, and that is all related to golf, but the Gloucester Cathedral was, bringing it back around, used in the Harry Potter movie for the troll bathroom scene. Harry Potter movie did $10 million worth of damage to the cathedral and had to pay it all back.
Wow, $10 million of damage. That's pretty grand. All right.
Yeah. They flooded the thing and they were like, no, it'll be fine. And then they were like, how much water did you use? And they totally Anyway, so yeah.
Wow, they
$10
couldn't
million.
just build a medieval-ish. They couldn't just build a loo inside of a medieval-looking place.
Well,
Yeah.
see, and the funny thing is, I mean, there's no loo there. They
No.
just used the wall and the hallway and the door. The door to the bathroom is real. The cloister is real. That was all the Gloucester Cathedral. And so that whole scene, but all the water splashing out, they were like, yeah, it'll be fine. And then they did irreparable damage to it. And they were like, get out. So
All right.
turns
All right,
out you can make a set for less than $10 million and not damage the real thing.
All right. So I will take Jillian's thoughts on the new Dune movie.
Oh, all right.
All right. And right. Let's come over here.
Wait, do I need to do the timer, or you gotta?
I have it. It'll buzz
Okay.
on my. It'll buzz on my watch. All right.
All
Here
right.
we go. 3, 2, 1. 1 minute tangent going. All right. So here's the thing: the new Dune movie is coming out. I guess next year, and it looks interesting. Zendaya is going to be playing Chani, and you're like, oh, well, really, Zendaya? It's like, yes. She's fabulous and she's amazing and this is grand and she should be totally allowed to do whatever she wants because she's Zendaya. But here's the thing. This was brought up to me as I have about 30 seconds left to go, that it seems that we continually focus as a society on just an incredibly few number of people of color, actors and actresses, in order to play characters who are people of color. So although I'm in favor of Zendaya playing Chani in the new Dune movie, I mean, maybe look for someone else. Maybe look for somebody a little bit older to play Chani as like a 30-year-old, because Zendaya's she's a baby. She's a baby. I mean, she's adorable. She was great in Greatest Showman. However, that's time. Okay, cool. Oh. I had something to say.
Well done. I don't know what it was, but you had it.
I did. We've been giving one more suggestion at the moment. What is the best Bowie song?
Oh.
Without going on a tangent, I'll just say Space Oddity. I'm not going to say that's best. It's just my favorite.
Yeah. It's gonna be. Man. I mean. Yeah, Space Oddity. I mean, it's man. You're taking the like when it comes down to like the filter of David Bowie, and then you like boom there. That is what distills out Space Oddity, of course.
Yeah,
but I mean, what is the? I mean, Major Tom. Just it's so good. It's so there. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. No Love for Rebel. It's all right. I don't know. Doesn't really.
I'm not a huge Bowie fan personally, so I could probably only name like a dozen Bowie songs off the top of my head.
I mean, Ziggy Stardust, just that whole thing. Ziggy plays guitar. Just that whole riff on that whole thing where he just goes forth and then, oh man, just all the the inner workings of that song was just like, it's so real. It's so real.
Yeah.
But
all right. Yeah. You know what I will say? I'm going to take away my answer. I'm going to put it over here on the shelf. Okay. And I'm going to say
that sounds like this.
Okay.
That's what that sounds like.
Oh, all right. Neat.
Are you gonna pull out a different one?
Yeah, I'm going to pull out a different one.
And that sounds like this.
Paolo Garbanzo, Foley artist. What the hell? I'm going to say Little Drummer Boy. His Christmas song. Yes, his Christmas song with Bing Crosby, because it was combining generations and styles, and it's and then they're singing in counterpoint, and it's beautiful, and the harmonies are great.
Yeah, but is that his best?
Arguably, yes. In as much, if there was one David Bowie song that you could argue everybody in Britain, Canada, Australia, and America has definitely heard, it would be Little Drummer Boy. Because
Yeah.
if you do a Christmas song, you are going to be played for eternity. That's just the rule.
True. Yeah. So, but see, that then begs the question: what is good? Define good. Is it good that you can get residuals for the rest of your life? I mean, good like Little Red Corvette by Prince being a good, interesting song, or the fact that 1999, written in 1984, means he pretty much has a job for the next 15 years.
Yes.
So that's good too. Also, it was a good song.
Yes, first off, 99 is a very good song. Second, it's showing he is a good business person in as much that he was guaranteeing himself employment.
Right? And you knew he was going to be there at the New Year's Eve party.
Exactly. Because that song was going to be big at least 2 years in a row. The rollover into 99 and then away from 99.
End of 99. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
but also, I would argue his version of Little Drummer Boy is really good.
It's all right. I like it. But here's a good one. Reverend Tommy, I see you here. Speaking of Bowie, Labyrinth or Dark Crystal? So here's my major caveat on both of those movies.
All right, let's hear it. Major caveat is related to Major Tom, but
the
only just
feelings I have for that movie change for how old I was when I saw it.
You're thinking of Jennifer Connelly, aren't you?
So the imagination of the Dark Crystal was epic when I was 8. I don't even remember. I don't remember when it came out, but I was a kid and I was like, it must have been literally like 12 minutes. It came out about 12 minutes before I started getting into D&D, or it was like right at that same moment. Cause I was like, this is awesome. And then I kind of watched it again about, I don't know, like 10 years ago. And I was like, what am I watching? But remembering how I felt about it originally was like, yeah, great. Does it hold up in court? I don't want to get a lot of hate mail on your show, but
yeah, give me all the hate mail because that's mail.
All right. Now, Labyrinth. Some really good points, and of course, obviously, once again, I also was probably the same age as
Jennifer Connelly.
Yes, so it was kind of like, yeah, I'll come over and help you babysit. Yeah, when I was her age. Now that's totally not what we're doing, and so.
Also, she's married to Paul Bettany.
Yeah, I don't know if I could take him in a fight, but
I don't think you can. He's an Avenger. Yeah,
I mean, element of surprise, maybe if I get the drop on him, but otherwise, yeah. So, but again, Labyrinth, going back into like my D&D world where it's like, oh yeah, I totally put things from Labyrinth in my D&D world. Absolutely. So, yeah, boy, man. I mean, they both have and then here's the thing. And then I became a juggler and then I went, oh, hell no. Because, so David Bowie did not actually do. His hand. No, those are the hands of Michael Moshen, who is a world-renowned juggler, blah, blah, blah. So not only did he have to do all that stuff, but he was literally like this. Well, David Bowie was like this, not doing a damn thing. And so he's like,
but they also had to position themselves in such way that it looked like his arm and the camera angles worked. Basically, what he was doing was doing the like infinitely difficult work of being Rolf the dog's hands whilst playing the piano.
Right. And actually doing the thing. Like, I can't even imagine, like, I'm a juggler. And I'm like, right. So it's like juggling, but instead of doing the juggling like you've always done it, you're going to do it like this. So now do all the things you trained for 10 years to do and then I'll do it differently.
Yep. Oh goodness. So back on the Prince argument of 99.
Oh, wow.
Jeremy Graff asks, so exposure is more important than artistic merit? And then Sally says, not in my book, but exposure brings money. Yeah, sometimes, because, you know, it's like, oh, do it for exposure. Exposure kills. People die of exposure.
All the time.
All the time. You see careers end because of that. Second, exposure is not more important, Jeremy, than artistic merit. However, there's a huge caveat on that, major caveat related to Major Tom and Sergeant Bilko. Major caveat of exposure versus artistic merit is you have to have the artistic merit in order to even be considered. But then the exposure lets people know about it. Right. And so maybe 1999 is not Prince's best song, but it introduces you to him. If you see him at a club, if you see him performing on a concert, on a TV show, in a movie, you're more likely than to go back and check out his catalog. Right. Yeah. And so, and to clarify, same thing. People might be saying about Little Drummer Boy versus 99. So, who is this David Bowie guy singing with Bing? Who isn't he actually Davy Jones? Yes, legally he was Davy Jones.
Did not know that,
but that name was taken.
And lockers
and monkeys. He was a believer. But hearing Little Drummer Boy, David Bowie doing this, you're like, oh, if you know it's David Bowie, either from the extended bit, if they play the whole thing, which is a good 8 minutes long, or if the DJ says, up next, or that was Bing Crosby and David Bowie with Little Drummer Boy, then you know, you're like, oh, neat. You might go. You are more likely to go and listen. But also the to Sally's point of exposure brings the money, that's where the residuals come in. It's not so much the exposure bringing the money, it's the residual contracts, because with how radio works, every time it gets played, you get a little bit.
Yep.
ASCAP. One way ASCAP works for people. Other ways ASCAP hurts people a lot.
I do.
Oh, goodness gracious. And Jeremy Graff had no issues with Prince before Bat Dance. Just pretend it doesn't exist. There you go. Oh, goodness gracious.
You know, and here's the thing. I just want to point out, Seal made an awesome song that became part of Batman.
Kiss
Prince, man. Bat Dance, I'm going to say, still scratching my head against that one. But
Prince was the only one, though, to do the entire soundtrack for a Batman movie.
True. Yes. And at the time, I mean, let's be fair, Batman had been this campy thing
for 20 years.
And then had turned into the Dark Knight goth guy. And that's what they were, you know. So it's literally like a huge sea change in what we're looking for in Batman.
This is the best nerdy conversation ever. We are all over the map.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We've hit almost everything.
Have we solved poverty yet?
We haven't spoken about Galaxy Quest, which, by the way, is the best Star Trek movie ever.
I will punch you in the face. I agree with you, but I will punch you in the face.
Best Star Trek movie.
Listen, although the missions and the crew of the NSEA Protector are wonderful, it is not Star Trek. I will punch you in the face. Oh, my God. Oh.
You know who else said it was the best Star Trek movie ever?
Who?
You know who else? Wesley Crusher.
Wesley Crusher?
Yeah.
You know what I have to say to that? Shut up, Wesley.
I set you up for that.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, goodness. No. You want to talk Galaxy Quest? That's coming out of
always.
But let's
I always want to talk about Galaxy Quest.
All right. So first off, what happened to Paul Shear's reboot of Galaxy Quest, which was going to be done as a TV show?
Well, I mean, yeah, I want to know, but you know,
it was there and they announced it, and then
I don't know. I mean, I would have backed it on Kickstarter.
Absolutely.
I don't know what happened.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, did Maria mention Galaxy Quest? She's the one saying you're welcome. I missed it completely. Oh, but I don't know. Because she said that. Just said you're welcome. But all right. So Galaxy Quest. All right. Give me your reasoning in 1 minute of why it is the best Star Trek film.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay. So it is the best Star Trek movie because it is not a parody, while it is an homage. And much like Blazing Saddles is to Westerns, done with love, right? You can tell. And here's the thing, and maybe you get some hate mail for this, but my thoughts on Spaceballs being that's a parody done with like mocking attitude towards sci-fi in general. So Mel Brooks clearly has no love of sci-fi. He loved Westerns, and you can tell in a parody movie, Blazing Saddles. So here's the thing. Galaxy Quest is made with every ounce of love for the wacky genre that is this sci-fi space opera.
Paulo, tag me. Paulo, tag me. Other way.
Wait, other way.
Other way. All right, yes. All right. So, on that, not only was it made with love for the genre, but it was made with love for fandom. It celebrated the fans. It was, you are a bunch of nerds and losers, but also you are the ones who are keeping this alive. You are the ones who actually know everything about it. You are the ones that have the schematics of the ship available to you, that you know what freaking deck he was on, and look out for the chompers. I mean, Sigourney Weaver was correct when she said, who designed this? This was from a bad episode.
This episode was poorly written. I say that honestly all the time when something is just like not going my way, and I'm like, what? This episode is poorly written. Like, it's so good,
so grand.
My grandson. Every character. I mean, the movie itself, such a good movie in and of itself.
I don't have a last name. You have a last name, guy. Do I?
Do I? Don't. Is there air? You don't know.
Like, we gotta get out of here. They're gonna kill Guy.
Yes. Every line in that movie, everything, and every character has character growth. That's another that's like a really like an amazing thing. A lot of times, like, all right, you get Star Wars in one movie. In one movie, who has character growth? Yeah, sure. The main character, a couple of secondary characters. Chewbacca doesn't have growth.
One character in the original Star Wars who has character growth, and that's Han Solo.
Right.
Luke gets abilities. He doesn't grow as a person.
Right. He's the same kid that he always was, just more powerful, just now with a laser sword.
He grows in Empire. He really grows in Jedi.
Right.
Han is the only one who has a hero's arc.
Right. So, yeah, absolutely. But every character, I mean, Dr. Lazarus by Grabthar's hammer. I mean,
by the Sons of Warban.
I literally get teared up when I just think about that arc where he starts off when he's like, don't do it. Don't. Like the guy's about to, and he's like, do not say that one more crappy time, And then, as we all know, gets to that point, and
I've always considered you a father figure.
Yeah, you're gonna make me cry on your show.
And then he gets in really close. My grandpa's hammer, by the Sons of Warban, you shall be revenged.
Oh, it's so good. It's
so good. And it's Alan Rickman.
It's Alan Rickman. Yeah.
Which Paolo knows nothing about.
I know Alan Rickman. What are you talking about?
No, Harry Potter.
Oh, Harry Potter. Yes. Well, yeah, he was in that.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah. So good. But everyone, every one of that entire group has character growth. and it's such a great movie.
Oh, goodness gracious. This has been the most delightful hour of conversation I've had. First, just talking about our upcoming gigs with the patrons and viewers watching, and then this all over the place nerdy conversation with you. But we never even got into talking about Nat 21 Adventures, Paolo.
Yeah.
We just started season 3 last night. You want to talk about that for a second?
Oh my gosh, so much fun. We have new players. So my original concept from this whole series was that whatever festival I'm at, I'm going to use some of the players, some of the performers there, and we'll all play together. That was my original concept before COVID ever happened. Now, of course, we're all playing remotely. Even though we're even at the same fair, we still have to play remotely. So I can kind of use people who are at different festivals or whatever. Doesn't matter. Like, what does space and time matter anyway? So it's a great game. 5 performers, if not more, playing Dungeons and Dragons, having a wacky good time in my universe, which is pretty wacky. And it's great fun to have everybody who's just creative thinking right on the spot. And so it is a game like no other, because also not only are the players fun and lively and improv driven, but the viewers can play along as well, becoming a Patreon saint, and you get to throw down. You can make us miss. You can make us hit. You can make a Triceratops slam into a temple.
You can make sure that a character, the handheld crossbow, will just go off,
just
and
randomly
shoot
goes
a guy
off.
randomly in the face.
Reverend Tommy and others. So it's a great time. It's interactive Dungeons and Dragons where you get to play along and just mess my day up. That's pretty much everybody's day really.
So join us on Tuesdays for that. Paolo's now he's over there. Paolo's the DM. I'm your announcer for it now, so that's kind of
great.
fun.
I love it. Yes.
So that was fun last night, just randomly breaking in. I'm like, okay, cool.
Oh yes. Oh my God, so good. And you get to keep the comments going, and then at the end of the show we have Romulus the wizard giving his haiku wrap up. He basically does the whole show in haiku.
So funny last night.
And oh my God, he's killing it. And that's why we have him there. That's why we have him. So new players from Pennsylvania Renaissance Festival: Cameron from Barely Balanced, Arthur from Two Barred Party. They're in the game now as well. So come on over and see them. See them at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair, and then see what they're like play D&D with. So it's good times. Also, just a real quick mention that tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., I'm having a Q&A with some other dungeon masters. I've become a dungeon master of note. I want to point out that people enjoy having me in their Q&As, possibly because I'm one of the only performers there. But so that's 10 a.m. tomorrow, live question and answer session about tomorrow we're talking about magic items and how to bring them into your game and what not to do bringing them into your game. Try not to give your players too many Tyrannosaurus Rexes. That T-Rex wand. Fun, but too many of them spoils the whole party. So there's a lot of stuff about that. Questions going to be on YouTube on J, that's the letter J, Kennedy's YouTube channel, and we'll put the link in the comments.
Yes, if you have Paolo, if you have the link, if you just want to throw it right in there.
If it's still on there. Nope, that's Russian.
So make sure you watch Nat 21 Adventures, and if you support the show, you can also get a Nat 21 die, because
that is right.
You just won't do. Goodness gracious, Paolo, you've got to come back, and we got to do this all the time. Let's have random nerd talk.
Oh yeah. Oh, I speak nerd.
I love it. I love you, Paolo. I love you.
Oh, I love you, Shakes. That's why. All right, hang on.
Hey, Paolo.
Yeah.
Hey, Paolo, how you doing? You think the show's going good?
I think so. I think it's pretty good. Yeah.
All right. All right. Cool.
I don't know if my thing went into the chat board though, so hang on. All right. Wait. Hey, ha, who? Oh, I don't know what I did there.
Depends on which one you put it in. I don't see it anywhere actually.
Okay, wait. Here we go. All right, it's coming.
to me.
StreamYard, private chat. There it goes. Blam.
Right.
There it is again.
And
all right.
I will copy this and put it over into the comments right now, like so. Oh, that was the wrong thing. I just put up your own personal information again. All right.
Well, all right. Well, I'll put a link up on my stuff as well at my Facebook.
Yes,
so head on over there.
There's the link right there. I just got it.
All right.
But I'm gonna
10 a.m. tomorrow. So
yeah. So I'm gonna have to end the show now, though, Paolo.
Right.
Because I got to get everyone ready for tonight's show.
You have a show.
3-hour tour. Yeah. Yes.
3-hour tour. Praise Skipper.
Yes. Praise the skipper. Yes. Tempest to 3-hour tour. 3-hour tour starts in exactly 3 hours, 7:05 p.m. on Facebook.com/Shakespeare Approves and YouTube.com/Shakespeare Approves. Come and watch the show. And please, if you would like to help out the cast, support the actors who are performing in it, and also join them on screen. We have one role left available, I believe, when I checked right before the start of the show. Go and support the show, support the actors. Going to Indiegogo, go to igg.me/at/Tempest 3-hour tour. Go do that. You can become a member of the in-studio audience. That means you get to watch the show from our actual Zoom meeting, seeing it about 30 seconds before Facebook and YouTube, and then also hang out with the cast after the show for the half-hour cast party. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's a $10 buy-in. $50 gets you a part in the show while supplies last. $30 gets you a signed copy of the script that I will mail out to you, and then $100 gets you all of that, plus also a personalized sonnet for you. But that is basically all I got to say. I do hope that if you enjoyed the show half as much as I enjoyed performing it, that you enjoyed it at least as half as much as I did. And that means I enjoyed it twice as much as you did, and that's called math. And I messed up my closing line, and that hardly ever happens. And now I feel bad about it. And now I'm embarrassing myself in front of all of you. And I'm talking about being embarrassed. Where are we going with this? I don't know, but we're also over time. So, friends, if you enjoyed the show half as much as I did, then I enjoyed it twice as much as you did, and that's called math. Now, whatever you feel the show is worth, a 1, a 5, a 10, for a 50, you can get a part in tonight's show. But also, I will detail your car because I got no pride. Throw it into my hat, my digital hat, and buy me a cup of coffee. Go to coffee.com/Shakespeare, ko-fi.com/Shakespeare. For $5, you will get a digital edition of Julius Caesar, Beware the Ides of March of the Penguins, a comic book on Kindle that I wrote. For $7, you can get a digital copy of my album, Are You There, God? It's Me, Shakespeare. For $20, I will write you a sonnet over there. So lots of fun things. And then become a Patreon of the arts. Support my Patreon by going to patreon.com/Shakespeare. That is patreon.com/Shakespeare. Go do the thing. Because I love you and you love me, and there's mutual glorious affection. Katie Bourbon is saying this is the best closing ever. Susan Hill said this was the best coffee break ever. So thank you very much. I appreciate all of you for that. Thank you so much, Paolo Garbanzo, for being on the show today. Hooray!
Absolutely. Thanks for having
me. Fully artist Paolo Garbanzo. I love it so much. This guy is so weird. But go do all the things, friends. Until next time, remember, I love you. You love me. There is mutual glorious affection. And real quick, when you're given the choice of being right or being kind, choose kindness every time. See you later. Bye-bye. See you tonight at 7:05.